Hello everyone! Did you always want to go to Vienna but couldn't afford it, or didn't have the time for it, or didn't even know how to plan the whole trip? Well, you came to the right place, because today I'm gonna show you how to speedrun Vienna and see most of it in less than 6 hours. Let's go! Now, as you can see, this is Vienna. It's a big city, spanning 13 kilometers from top to bottom and 16 kilometers from east to west. We cannot see every single street, but we can see just the beautiful monuments that we want to see. Therefore, here is the Vienna map with all the beautiful monuments to see. Now, the favorites in red can be seen all in one speedrun. The ones in yellow in the start places, those need a little bit more time to go there and to walk around the place, so we are gonna omit them. Now, just before we start our journey, let's cover some basics. Number 1, the airport is right here, and there is a train which goes from the airport to the city center in less than 20 minutes. So that's covered. Second thing, we have radical storage where you drop your bags, and it's 5 euros per bag per day. Super easy. This is not sponsored, but radical storage is actually very useful, so good to know. And with that being said, we can jump straight into it. And just look at this marvel. Now, once you're there, if you keep moving through the marvelous park that you have in front of you, you will reach the lower Belvedere Palace. Now, once you are out of the park, we start the second step, which is going by the Palais of Schwarzenburg. I hope I read it correctly. Walking in that direction, you will find the Soviet Army monument, which is huge. If we are gonna talk in size, very long, probably around 50-60 meters. And then we reach Karlskirche, which at that moment, it was the most beautiful church I have ever seen, and I have seen a lot of churches. At this point, we move to the center of the city, and we are gonna start with the Vienna State Opera. After that, we have the Albertina Museum, which contains more than 65,000 drawings and over 1 million old prints. Okay, but for the sake of the speedrun, we cannot go in. It's still a marvel from the outside, but yeah, if you have more time in Vienna, you should definitely go inside. Step 8 is the Hofburg. It was built in the 13th century. The president of Austria today lives there, and this picture doesn't even tell you how big it is. This picture must have been taken 100 meters away from it to the minimum. You will never get how huge this building is until you stand there. It's so beautiful. And the marvels just keep on going one after the other. Right now, you see in front of you the Maria Theresa Platz, which contains the statue of Maria Theresa, the Empress Maria Theresa in the middle, and you have 2 museums more or less identical, each from a side, and you can see one of them in front of you. It's crazy. Now, at this point, we need to keep marching forward. You probably have been walking for around an hour and a half. You're probably already a little tired. We're gonna see the Austrian Parliament, and just like everything else in the city, it's very big. Step 11, we have the Rathaus or Rathaus. I don't know how it's pronounced, but basically it's the city hall. Right there, you have a very beautiful park right in front of it, where you can have a small break because you have been walking for 2 hours. Moving forward into the Votivkirche, also I hope I read it correctly, you have this very beautiful church, which you have to see from all the angles because it's beautiful from every single angle. It has some works done, and basically God is sponsored by beer today. Step 13, we have these stairs, which I'm not even gonna pronounce the name, and you have to go up through them in order to reach the palais right after it, Alserbachpalais. Now, at this point, you have reached the topmost point in our circle, and next you have to cross the river and reach the Flakturm, which is basically an anti-aircraft tower built by the Nazi Germany. Step 16 is the Palais Augarten, and the park is very nice in front of it. Now we have a long walk back to the city center, but I suggest you take the Taborstrasse going backwards to the city center, because on that street, the street itself is very beautiful and there are a lot of souvenir shops where you can buy your souvenir from Vienna. Step 17, we have the St. Peter's Catholic Church. It is very tight between the buildings, so if you are not looking for it specifically, you might miss it, so be careful. Once you go past the St. Peter's Church, you start going downwards, and right now you're in the downtown, which every single building you can take a photo of, every single building. And after that we reach the St. Stephen's Cathedral, which is the most beautiful church I have ever seen. Just look at it. And if you think from the outside it's beautiful, wait till you see the inside right now. All in all, this walk should take you around 5 hours max, around 21 kilometers, and you might need a lot of leg muscles to do it. Your leg must have hurt, but it was definitely worth it, and it will definitely be worth it for you. I hope that by now you're more enthusiastic about going to Vienna. Now, before we finish, I would like to note that there are still the start places, the ones in yellow, which we didn't see yet. And yeah, if you are planning on going to Vienna for more time, you should definitely check them out. Thank you, I hope you enjoyed the video, and please like and subscribe if you did. And if you have any comments, any reviews, any more suggestions, please type them in the comments below. See you later, cheers.